Good evening, and welcome to the 2021 Mother's Day Unball. This evening's event is proudly presented by Alexandria Real Estate Equities, Emerge Ortho, and the Krzyzewski family. I'm Elizabeth Aldridge, chair of the Mother's Day Ball, and I'm delighted to be joined tonight by Leland Little, our MC. We're so excited to share this virtual experience with you.
That's right, Elizabeth. And virtual or not, we are still very excited to be celebrating the center and the important role of mothers and families tonight. Welcome and happy Mother's Day to all moms tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a two-device night. Stream the program on your TV or computer and keep your phone or tablet nearby for a silent auction and our giving opportunity a bit later.
Yes, definitely have your phones ready for the auction. We've got some great items tonight you don't want to miss. The auction will end at 8 o'clock, so make those winning bids soon. I'd like to take a moment now to thank and acknowledge the Mother's Day Ball Committee, a wonderful group of individuals who've worked so hard this past year to make this event a reality. Michelle Beischer, Peg Hafer, Ann Lloyd, Jennifer Riley, Susan Sabiston, Ann Taylor, and Larry Winters. Thank you all so much. We're also fortunate to have a number of generous sponsors tonight. These individuals and organizations are true partners in the center's work to support education and opportunity. In all, we have 29 wonderful sponsors tonight. I hope you've noticed their names and logos, and I hope you'll thank them for their support of Durham students.
Elizabeth, this is an incredible show of support from our community. An extra thank you to our gold level and above sponsors, including Emerge Ortho, Alexandria Real Estate Equities, the Krzyzewski family, Duke Health, LTD, Nike, RTI, Jim and Susan Ushak, North Carolina Specialty Hospital, and Duke Neurosurgery. Tonight, we are planning to celebrate game changers. From organizations just like we've mentioned, to our educators working hand in hand to help change students' lives, so many people play a game-changing role for the center and its students. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great program tonight. You'll hear from Coach K, Emily K Center students, and some special guests you won't want to miss. We'll also announce the winners of our raffle. But for now, back to Game Changers. Let's get things started with our first student speaker of the night. Here to share an original poem is Scholars to College senior Jay.
My name is Jay. I am a senior at Durham School of the Arts, and I've been coming to the Emily K Center since my freshman year in high school. So the Emily K Center has done a lot for me through the programs that they've introduced to me. So a lot of the extracurriculars that I'm a part of, a lot of the programs that I identify myself with, it's been introduced to me through the Emily K Center and the meetings that we have here. So I was a part of Duke Writers Camp for 2 years, and I wouldn't have known about that program if I had not been here at the Emily K Center, because they encouraged me to apply and encouraged me to be a part of it. And they've also just encouraged me to believe in myself, and through the college process and how stressful it is and how tough it is, they've been like a backbone and a foundation that I can always fall back on. When I went to high school, I got into creative writing as a concentration, and ever since then I've been just writing about the things that I've gone through, writing for class, going to competitions, and meeting people that are also passionate about writing and passionate about poetry and the art behind poetry. And I feel like now it's something that is just a part of me and something that I take a lot of pride in. I applied early decision to Barnard College in New York City, and since I got accepted, I will be dedicated to there, and I will be majoring in journalism and sociology. We trailblaze until the path is written by our feet. One by one, we step so much closer to a utopia that drips from our tongues, unprovoked yet unseen. We change this world with the infinite shades, colors, and hues that paint the gray, striving for divinity in the arms of freedom. A young black mind runs on a black horse through fields of guilt that reek of the blood handed to us, black women like presents with ribbons and bows. Ribbons and bows wrap around our skin with thorns. Those thorns create the blood that runs in streams in soil, our soil, fertilized with our sweat and pain, our bones crushed into crystals that but fester more like salt to pierce our wounds. Maybe the world will see us as brighter if we rip ourselves enough and become pale, become gray. But with our black skin and high cheeks, we cruise among madness, our image so violent, fighting it away with our smiles and melodies, harmonies that could kill, words that could shake and annihilate. We change the game as women, bold and beautiful, long locks, smooth skin, drenched in oil and full of rage. I have seen many game changers with suits and dresses, high heels and flats, march their way to deserve this liberty printed in our chests. And now I'd like to introduce you to the person who leads the place that has been a game changer for so many students in Durham. Please welcome the Emily K. Center's Executive Director, Adam Eigenrau.
Thank you, Jay. What would we be doing if we were all together tonight? Not in separate homes, but together at the Washington Duke Inn. We'd be standing up. We'd be applauding. We'd be clapping for Jay. The students that have persevered through this last year, seniors in high school that have pushed ahead to college like Jay, elementary and middle school age students, college students, and we work with a lot of students at each of those grade levels, deserve a lot of credit. Since we don't have the opportunity to applaud tonight, what I hope you'll do instead is go out of your way to say congratulations to a student you know. This has not been an easy year. The Emily K. Center opened in 2006, so we now have a 15-year history. That makes us a very well-established, somewhat senior nonprofit organization. And what a long history like that allows for are a lot of special moments. Often those memories are great. Sometimes they're historically bad. One hot summer day, a student put a metal carafe into the microwave to heat up some water. That's not a great memory. I do have a lot of great memories, though, one of which is of a student who walked into our lobby after a long day at school, exhaled loudly, dropped a way too big book bag off his back, and then said, "Home." That felt really good to me then, and it still feels good to me now. The idea of the center feeling like a second home to students is something that we have always wanted to embody. The center is going to be packed with students and educators and volunteers, and there's going to be a lot going on, but it's always going to be your place. You feel confident being there. You feel confident being yourself. You're surrounded by a support system and your team. And then the pandemic struck, and suddenly the center didn't feel like home anymore. There were no book bags thudding to the ground. Schools across the country were in crisis. Job loss or loss of wages, food insecurity, increased risk of health concerns, especially in low-income communities, racism and racial inequality were and are at the forefront of the national conversation. Concerns around the socio-emotional health of young people has never been higher. So the challenge for us became this. How do we take the things that make the Emily K. Center feel like home when we're all in the same place and carry those things forward to students when we're not? I am so proud of the work that our staff have done virtually with students in all 4 of our programs. Pioneer Scholars, Scholars to College, Scholars on Campus, Game Plan College. There are over 315 students in our enrollment-based programs. And over the past year, there have only been a handful of students that have elected to stop participating. That means students have continued to show up in every way for virtual classes, meetings, events, tutoring sessions. Computers that we have for students to use at the center were instead assigned for families to take off-site for the year. We joined with many other organizations and partners in making sure that students had the tools they needed to do school virtually. We also stepped up the support offered through our emergency fund for student and families, creating more opportunities to help a student who faces an unexpected financial event that the pandemic has brought on. The pandemic has made something clear to me. The Emily K. Center is a home for students not because it is a place, but because it is a community. And that community is not segmented, it's interconnected, and that's what makes it strong. You probably have a friend who has volunteered with us. When I go to a school event with my kids, I run into students I know from the Emily K. Center. Maybe you're a first-generation college student, or your parents were. If you're an alumni of Duke, NC Central, UNC, Chapel Hill, NC State, to name just a few schools, We have students who join you in being proud alums. And it won't be long until an Emily K. Center student is working at your organization or one you've worked with in the past. The presence of students on site will increase over the summer with a fuller resumption of in-person programming in August. I think the Emily K. Center is going to immediately feel like a home in the same way that it always has, and that's going to be more important than ever. But it is more clear than ever before that it will be a home not because it's a place, but because of the community that it is a part of. Shifting gears, there is something that everyone has become accustomed over the last year. It's Zoom meetings. Zoom was not even a word we used a year ago, but we thought we could have some fun with the Zoom meeting tonight. I hope you enjoy this video of some of our Emily K. Center community doing Zoom the right way.
Hi, I'm Hope, and I'm a 9th grader at Northern High School.
My name is Malachi, and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, I'm Imania. I'm in the 5th grade.
Hi, I'm Chidera, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, I'm Carly, and I'm in 5th grade.
Hi, I'm Avery, and I'm in 6th grade.
My name's Enrique, and I'm a sophomore at New Tech.
When you were in elementary school, what did you want to do when you grew up?
When I was in elementary school, I wanted to be a fireman. That I thought that was really cool to ride around on a fire truck, and I didn't realize how dangerous of a job it was and how important of a job it was. But that's what I wanted to do.
Well, at different points, I wanted to be a fireman. At one point, I wanted to be a photographer. I remember that was something that was of interest of mine. But you know, I wanted to be an athlete, and in part because my dad was a professional athlete. My father played in the NFL for 12 years, and so I wanted to be like my dad.
What do you like most about the Emily K. Center?
Well, what is there not to love? I love the Emily K. Center so much for the incredible work that it's just doing with the community. I think back to, my experience as a student there and how they really believed in me in the moments that I couldn't believe in myself, even up to this day. And the helping hand that the Emily K. Center has always provided and continues to provide in my own life, but also in the community.
What I love most about the Emily K. Center is that it's a beacon of hope for the young people in Durham. And when you drive by it, you can almost feel the energy that exudes from the building.
I just love the fact that the center allows me as a staff member to be myself, to bring my full unique self, Maurice Anthony Mathis, to the center, and allows me to be able to be innovative just like the center is.
Where did you go to college, and what was the best thing about that school?
We both went to Duke. You better say the best thing about it was me. But gosh, that's a good question. For me, it was the academic rigor. Everybody there was so smart and worked hard, but it was also a community.
Well, it's interesting she didn't say me. The best thing about Duke for me was being a part of Duke men's basketball, and the relationship and connection that I had and still have to this day with my teammates, my coaches, the support staff, everyone that was a part of the men's basketball program.
I went to college at Howard University in Washington, D.C. And the best thing about going to Howard for me is you just met a diversity of students from all over the world, all over the country. And more importantly, there were students who really had their heads shaped right, were focused on what they wanted to do. Howard was a good school, and I enjoyed the instructors, I enjoyed the students, I enjoyed the environment, It was just an all-around great institution for me.
Who is someone who has been a game changer in your life?
There have been so many game changers for me. Coach K has been one. That so much of what has been good in my life has been a result of having played for him and getting to know him and having him as a mentor. The other would be my wife Wendy, and there's no one I know that has better perspective or her priorities in order in life more so than she does.
What was your go-to when you needed to do schoolwork but you were procrastinating?
Oh, that's easy, but it's gonna probably sound really weird. So I would actually go to the library. I love being in Perkins Library, but I would go up to the Perk. I don't know if it still exists now, but the little cafe coffee shop and socialize with my friends. And so on one hand, I felt like I was doing something productive when really I wasn't.
Yeah, for me, I just hung out. That's what I did. I hung out with friends.
My go-to procrastination tool was to organize my room before I would do my schoolwork. So everything needed to be put away in every bit of organizational manner there could possibly be. Like, I think I even would alphabetize my books in order to avoid doing my schoolwork.
What was the most important thing you've learned in school?
For me, it was probably a discipline in how to work really hard. Even if you don't consider yourself the smartest kid in the classroom, if you really dedicate yourself and give yourself enough time and hard work, that I could accomplish whatever I set out to do.
I've always said that school teaches you three things. Three things. It teaches you how to problem solve. It teaches you how to think. And ultimately, it teaches you how to endure.
What was your favorite late night college snack?
My favorite late night college snack was popcorn, butter popcorn. And it seems like we couldn't get enough of that, depending on what time of night it was and what we had been doing before the night ended.
My favorite late night college snack was ordering Domino's pizza. And I think I probably did that. I know I did it every night my freshman year at almost midnight. And it's remarkable we didn't gain much weight, considering how much. That's not really a late night snack. That's more of a meal.
Coach K is your dad. What's one thing about him that most people don't know?
One thing about him that people don't know is that he is an expert launderer. I know that's not really a word, but he does laundry. He does his own laundry, and if we are on family vacation together, he does everyone's laundry, and he's very good at it.
What does the K in Emily K Center stand for? And how do you spell it?
What does the K in the Emily K Center stand for? I think Krzyzewski. I mean, that's Coach's mom. I think that's what it is.
It starts with a K. There's some Z's in there. There's another K in there, maybe. I do know there's an I at the end. I gotta know some pieces of it.
We're gonna pass on that one.
KRZYZEWSKI. And that's actually what I majored in at Duke, was spelling.
Which Duke team was the greatest of all time?
I think the 92 team. Probably the 2001 team is close. But I just think the 92 Duke team, they were #1 all year, first time back-to-back since the UCLA teams. And on that team, you had three of the greatest players in the history of college basketball: Hurley, Grant Hill, and Christian Laettner.
What was one of the most meaningful moments you had in the center?
Definitely one of my most meaningful moments with the Emily K Center is looking back at one year I was asked to speak at the Mother's Day Ball. And just the day before, I had learned that I was going to Wake Forest, and I hadn't announced that to anybody. And so when I spoke at the Mother's Day Ball, I announced it, told everybody that I was going to be attending Wake Forest University, and everybody just got really excited for me. And so just being able to see again that support for me and to be able to pursue higher education, and seeing that all the supporters that were there, it was just one of the most meaningful moments, because I think it's just a reflection of, again, the amazing impact that the Emily K Center is having.
That was awesome. I got to watch that for the first time just 2 or 3 days ago, and I was excited to see Jay pop up first. Thought he was great. I didn't know Jay had ever wanted to be a fireman. And then Grant came on, and he also talked about wanting to be a fireman. He mixed in that part about photography and being a professional athlete, but I thought, what is it with all these guys wanting to be firemen? As long as the next person doesn't talk about being a fireman, this is all going in a good direction. And then Michelle came on, and I knew everything was going to be okay. Isn't this the best of what we ever hoped the Emily Krzyzewski Center could be? Michelle is now a poised young professional working as a digital literacy coach with Durham Public Schools, meaning she is helping students and families to navigate this online learning and virtual environment. In 2014, Michelle shared her great news about attending Wake Forest University at the Mother's Day Ball. That was 7 years ago. When we hold the Mother's Day Ball in person, there are about 500 people in the room. So that announcement was a big deal and a big moment. When we announced the launch of our Game Changer campaign at the Mother's Day Ball 3 years ago, that also felt like a big deal. I don't know which is more exciting, make an announcement about a goal that has been achieved, like Michelle did, or talking about a goal that we want to achieve, which is what we did in 2018. What we announced as we launched the Game Changer campaign 3 years ago is that we wanted to raise $15 million. The thing about putting a goal out there is just that. You've put it out there. With so many people watching tonight and so many people that supported and participated in the campaign, you want to know what happened. Did we hit that big goal of 15 million? The Game Changer campaign concluded at the end of December, and we raised $18.8 million. $18.8 million. It's a tremendous accomplishment, and so many of you watching tonight contributed to that success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feels good to us, and I hope it feels good to you too. Of course, a campaign isn't about the money you raise, but rather how you use those resources to do better work. This campaign has fueled amazing work and growth at the center over the last 3 years. Our programs are stronger than ever. In the year before the pandemic, nearly 2,000 local students participated in our educational programs, many of which were actually served in Durham high schools through our significantly expanded Game Plan College program. Our Scholars on Campus program for college-age students grew from a 2-year to a 4-year support program, wrapping in our ever-expanding alumni base as well. And we've increased the socio-emotional health resources for students at the center, making sure we're better equipped to respond to the range of needs that can impede a student's academic success and good health. When students return to the center, they will be coming back to a building that is much different than when they left. A facility expansion project adds nearly 7,500 square feet of classroom, student, and staff space that will be completed in August. That's amazing, and it finishes just in time for us to all sort of move in together. And lastly, a number of supporters made contributions to an Emily K Center endowment, helping us to provide good work now and plan thoughtfully for the future. From the outset, we've wanted to build this organization as one that could do good work in this moment and in the years ahead. Another thing about a campaign is that you don't get to celebrate for long when it's over. The campaign stepped the center forward significantly, but know that we hope to have your support tonight. Tonight's auction closes at 8 p.m., so you have just a few more minutes to get your bids in. And after tonight, know that we want you to be part of this interconnected community. You're important to our success, and we need you. I'm excited about introducing Kevin as our next speaker. The first thing you need to know is this. Kevin is not the student who put the carafe in the microwave that summer. But as someone who enrolled in programs at the Emily K Center as a 3rd grader, he is someone who has put everything he has into his education and experience with us. When this was recorded, Kevin listed a number of colleges that he was considering. In the weeks since then, he has decided to attend NC State. I am so excited for Kevin and the next step in his educational journey.
My name is Kevin, and I'm a senior at Early College High School. I am in the Emily K Scholars to College program. I've been coming to Emily K Center since I was in 3rd grade. At the Pioneer Scholars, I learned how to do my basic math, always have fun playing in the gym, and always remember coming downstairs, running down, always to get the best snacks, mostly on gummy days. Always got the blueberry ones. So when I was younger, I thought the Emily K Center was just another program that would help me with school when I was struggling. But now, I think of it as a new home that's helped me prepare for my education and also meet new people that has helped me contribute to my future. My favorite memory here at the Pioneer Scholars, I just remember 5th grade, I won the Dream to Achieve Award for character. And for the first time, I was finally able to meet Coach K and shake his hand, which for me was a very special moment. My mother is the most special person to me, and she's always the one that pushed me forward to everything. She was the one that put me on, like, I have to go to college, I have to go get my education, my degree. I will be the first person to go to college in my family, and I'm very proud of it. Just making her happy, I think it would also bring me happiness, but it'll also bring like pride to her to see, oh yeah, my son made it, actually made it. He's an engineer who's actually making game-changing moves. What I want to major in school is mechanical engineering. And then if I have time, I would like to minor in Spanish in order to become a professional translator. So for right now, I've applied to 15 schools in total. The schools I've gotten accepted to was NCCU, NC State, A&T, Wingate, UNC Charlotte, Virginia, and Colgate. And for scholarships, I've been a finalist for Questbridge and a finalist for the Hispanic Scholarship Fund. So the Emily K Center has always helped me learn about new scholarships that I could apply to. They were always open and willing to give me good recommendations in order for me to be a good candidate to these different national programs. And they also helped me learn about the college life and how it was. So one of the most memorable enrichment experience I've had was at Biogen headquarters. It was in Morrisville, North Carolina, and they were the ones to introduce me into biomedical engineering. It helped me understand what biomedical engineering was, and it gave me like an inspiration to like go into that field and maybe create bionic arms for Army veterans who can't afford it, and maybe use a type of material that is cheap and you don't have to replace like year after year. So the Emily K Center has helped me learn the importance of education and how it will help me in the future. And it also has helped me learn how to be a leader and what I could do to serve my community. In conclusion, the Emily K Center to me is just a second family. Now it's my honor to introduce our next speaker. He's been a game changer for so many people, and he's also Emily K's youngest son and the founder of this center. Please welcome Coach K.
Kevin, thank you so much for the great introduction. For all of you, Kevin is a graduate of our Pioneers Scholars Program, and now is part of our Scholars to College program, and he's doing a great job. He's really a game changer. You know, his game is being changed by given the opportunity to get a high quality education. I want to welcome you, and by the way, to do this Mother's Day ball virtually, I want to thank the committee for the amazing job and the commitment of our staff and the Emily K to make this happen. It's an incredible event. Hopefully we'll be able to do it in person next year. But I want to welcome you to the Emily Krzyzewski Center. 15 years ago, a little bit over 15 years ago, there was nothing here. But now there is something here. We have a game-changing building, staff, and program that's committed to help the youngsters in the Durham community. And it's done a marvelous job. And it started because of the lady right there, Emily Krzyzewski. Born in Keisterville, Pennsylvania. Parents were from Krakow, Poland, and only had an 8th grade education. But you know what? She believed in education, and she believed in her 2 sons, my older brother Bill and myself. And she provided us private education in grade school and high school, and as a result, I was able to go to the United States Military Academy. Basically, that's the formula we're doing right here. It's a great idea. You know, so much talent is not developed because of poverty, not having opportunities, not being exposed to high-level education. In the 4 programs we have here, we literally touch over 2,000 youngsters in our community now. An amazing accomplishment. And it started because of that idea. My mom believed in me and believed in education. Through the front doors of the Emily K, every afternoon walk kids just like me with parents just like my mom, hoping that education will be the key for that youngster to develop his or her potential. And we're doing a great job. You know, every youngster that finishes our program here in the high school, they go to college. You know, last year, even with the pandemic, over 159 universities wanted our youngsters. So Emily had a great idea, and it's gone to, she would not believe where it's gone to right now. And it's only going to get better because we're going to continue to be game changers. And that's why you're here tonight. Well, I'm taking you on a tour of the Emily Krzyzewski Center. Right now, we're in a Pioneer Scholars classroom. Wow, can you remember when you were in a classroom like this? Can you remember when you were grade school, middle school? That's where our Pioneer Scholars are. And you're getting the individual attention that's needed to develop your talents. Over the last 15 years, we've provided this for them. That Pioneer Scholars that's one of our programs. Then Scholars to College, that would be our high school students. And then Scholars on Campus. We have kids all over the place. They're at Duke, North Carolina, Central, NC State, Boston College, Emory, Wellesley, Boston University, Penn. We even have one at Southern Cal. And so they're going all over the country. And then hopefully they're coming back to our community. And we provide a service that very few people really are aware of. We follow them for all 4 years that they're in college. In other words, we don't just get them into college. We want to make sure that they are successful and graduate. And then our 4th program, which we added a few years ago, and this is where we're able to connect with thousands of kids, youngsters in our community, and that's our Game Plan College program, where we help youngsters in workshops, and then they come here at the center. We help them navigate the tricky system it is to apply to a university. And you'd be shocked at how many people do not apply because no one helps them. Our Game Plan College program helps them. Just remember what college and education has done to improve your life. You know, that's what's happening on a daily basis here at the Emily Krzyzewski Center. Well, this is the final stop on the tour. A month ago, if you watch college basketball, at the Final Four in Indianapolis, where we crowned a new national champion, you might look at the logos on the floor. We actually have the court where we won in Indianapolis in 2001. What an amazing thing, amazing gift from Duke University to put this floor in. This is not just a gymnasium. This is a multi-purpose spot in the Emily Krzyzewski Center. We even have a stage, Emily's stage. We do drama camps here, plays are put on. You know, there are many more things going on here than just, you know, the classroom material. We provide a number of different activities for the youngsters, and I'm very proud of what goes on that stage. This is the Emily Krzyzewski court, all right? And when I look at the court, I think of graduations. I think of graduations where every May we have what we call the May March. And when we come for the May March, kids from each grade come in, and then our graduates come. and they're in cap and gown. They're holding on tight to sweatshirts of the universities, the colleges that they're gonna attend. And it's really the most dramatic moment of our year. We need to make that happen. If you hear a little bit of noise in the background, that's the building that's going up. We're adding more classrooms. We're adding more space. We're gonna help more people. We, you, me, people that want to become game changers. You know, the center has provided amazing things for our community. It needs to continue to do more amazing things. The biggest investment we can make in our community is to help our young people who are not given the opportunity to get a top quality education. There's immense talent in our community. The center's goal is developing that talent, giving that talent an opportunity to go to college, getting a degree, and then coming back and helping our community. You're helping our community tonight by being part of this Mother's Day Ball. You know, please continue to help us with your financial support of this center. We just had a huge campaign. There's going to be more and more need. You know why? Because there will always be youngsters to help. You know, right now, over 2,000 of them are being helped. We want to help every student in Durham County achieve their dream of going to college. Again, thank you for being here. Thanks to the committee. Wow, you've done an amazing job, and let's look forward to doing this in person next May.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach K has given us a charge, and tonight we plan to meet it. 2 quick points. First, the silent auction is now closed, and let's announce our raffle winners for tonight. The $500 gift card to Jewel Smith goes to Eric Seidel. The second $500 gift card to Jewel Smith goes to Zach Mansfield. And finally, the Coach K signed basketball goes to Michael Boyd. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this past year has been challenging for the center and the students it serves. Tonight, let's rally together and raise as much as we can to make the future bright for the amazing young people this center serves. Making a gift tonight is very easy. Simply pick up your phone right now or other secondary device and click the donate button at the web address on your screen. You may also have received a link by text just a few moments ago. That will also take you straight there. However, if you're viewing on YouTube, the address is displayed on your screen. Please enter that address into a secondary device, then just click donate. It's that easy. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Let's begin these donations right here. And a big thank you already to Zena and Ben Allman. Thank you. And Amy Helwig coming in right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now to help our young people. And let's step forward and make a difference, as Coach K said right here. Very good right here. Joanne and David DeLagro, thank you so much right here. And we already have a $35,000 jumping in here to get the evening going, ladies and gentlemen. Please remember that nearly 100% of the Emily K. Center Scholars to College graduates have been accepted into college. Unbelievable, that stat. The center has gone from serving just 38 students with its first program to over 2,000 today. An amazing volume of kids being helped out right here. As we talk about, we're here tonight because we believe in education, that the change in education allows us to move forward with helping these kids go to college and become game changers. A big here, thank you so much right here coming in. Barbara and Joe Colley, we appreciate your donations so much right here. Dale and Wayne Holden coming in here, thank you both. And Robin Barefoot stepping forward right here. Brian Hargett, thank you so much for your donation. We're grateful for your support right here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Tonight is the game changer night right here for the Emily K. Center right here. And $40,000 coming in right now, ladies and gentlemen, right here, to be a game changer for these young people, giving them the opportunity. Remember, these kids have 100% potential. They simply need opportunity, and that is what the Emily K. Center is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, the center's college students have an average of 81% of their college costs covered. Unheard of right here. unheard of. The Emily K. Center seniors have gone on to attend many, many schools, including the likes of Penn, Emory, Amherst, Georgetown, and of course our local schools right here, UNC Chapel Hill, Duke, Wake Forest, NC State, and many more. Amit Kapoor, thank you for your donation. Here we are, Chris and Jamie Spatola right there. Thank you. Stepping forward. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're with us tonight, thank you. A happy Mother's Day. But today is the day to step forward and let's raise some money for these young students coming through our process right here. Here's some more wonderful folks. Owen Littman, thank you. And Judith and Bill Bell, thank you right here. Mary Lee and Rich Brown stepping forward tonight. Thank you for your donation right here. Kate and Andrew Wolf, Patrick Cummings coming in right here. We're up to $42,000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep cracking at this right here. Today is the moment to speak forward right here, to speak forward to these young people and making a difference right here. They have 100% potential. Let's give them the opportunity. That's what tonight is about. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that 100% of parents of the Emily K. Center elementary and middle school students, here's important, they say the Pioneer Scholars Program increased their confidence that their student will attend college. And as we heard tonight, just the challenge of the applications and the process being solved by the Emily K. staff right here is a major hurdle that has been knocked down by this center to allow people access to these wonderful schools right here. Tracy Tem, thank you very much for your donation. We are grateful. Who else tonight right here? We see Brandon Pike stepping forward. Thank you. We see Mac and Elizabeth Aldridge making their donation. We are grateful for that. Lisa and Tim Gable, thank you so much for your donation right here. Julia Gwynn, thank you. We are so grateful. Jennifer and Dee Riley stepping forward tonight, giving your donation to make a change. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just cracked $50,000 tonight. $50,000 coming in. Alex Miller, thank you for taking the time out of your evening on a Saturday night, this Mother's Day weekend right here, and giving us a donation to help move forward these young people of Durham right here. And that's what we focus on, ladies and gentlemen. This is changing. There are so many kids right here in Durham, and we're at 2,000 last year. That is a major difference in so many families that are first time ever in the history of their families, right? First generation college students. That's what we're doing. Terry Raines, thank you so much for stepping forward tonight and taking the time out and making this a solid donation for these young people. You're a game changer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember that the center's game plan, college program, is turning the center into a college access hub for Durham. We heard that all night through all these videos right here. It's important to remember that this program is not just serving 5 or 10 students, but it's served more than 1,700 Durham High School students alone last year. Just alone last year, 1,700 students right here. That's a high impact to their siblings, to their families, getting them to college. And then, of course, that comes right back into our other education as the alumni comes out and what they do for the students yet to come. Oh my goodness here. Lauren Powell, thank you for your donation. Ryan Miller, Kristen Sebastian, thank you. Shelley Lieberman coming in right here. We're so thankful. Dawn and Dan Pratt, thank you for your time tonight and your donation. All you folks, all you ladies and gentlemen, making a difference right here in how we approach the importance of education and fundamentally changing the direction of these young people's life right here. Over $52,000 raised right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's important to remember that from the small gifts to the large gifts, what kind of difference can you make? If you are out there tonight and you can donate $5,000, what that does is support one student for an entire academic year. If you could do $2,500, that can fund a college visit trip for a middle or high school students. Even $1,000, ladies and gentlemen, can fund a writing or public speaking boot camp for high schoolers. Jacob and Caitlin Gray coming in tonight. Thank you for paying attention and being involved. We are so grateful for your donation. Even $500 right here can provide a laptop for a first-year college student. As we know, especially given the pandemic and COVID the last year, many students or families don't even have access to a computer, much less have one. $500 tonight. If you can do that, we'll give a laptop for a first-year college student. Even $250 can cover the college application fees for a senior right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so thankful for your time tonight. We are so thankful for your attention. And with this support has raised more than $180,000 even before our unball started this evening. Again, thank you for Seth Jernigan. Thank you for stepping in right here. We're so grateful for you tonight.
Thank you, Leland. Huge thank you to our sponsors, to everyone who watched, participated in, and donated items to the auction, and all the people who make the center work. Thank you to our Mother's Day Ball Committee, the board, our other volunteers. Thank you to our incredible sponsors, from presenting sponsors, Emerge Ortho, Alexandria Real Estate Equities, the K family, our bronze sponsors. Every commitment has played an important role in making this event a success. Tonight, we have raised an incredible $375,000, and you can still make gifts through the tiny URL link or emilyk.org. This funding will have a direct impact on the 2,000 students we serve. Center staff will be in touch with our auction winners. What we want you to do after tonight, keep up with the center via social media or visit our new website, emilyk.org. Thank you for joining. Happy Mother's Day, and good night.